I'm Joshua Margolis with Mind Over Matter Health and Fitness. The next exercise you selected is referred to as third times an arm. Why? Because we're doing 3 different types of movements in one, and we're focusing primarily on the arms, which is an area that we all need to pay attention to. As usual, I am accompanied by both Danielle and Jackie, and they're going to take us through this type of exercise in the right motion and the way to do it. So the first things first is we want to make sure we're standing in a good posture, which both Danielle and Jackie are doing. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our arms to the sides. We're going to bring them into the front, back out to the sides, and back down. Good. We're going to do that 12 times. And a couple of things that we're doing really well is we want to make sure we're in a neutral position, which means sort of our thumbs facing up. If you watch both Jackie and Danielle, they are doing that. Secondly, we just want to have just a slight bend in the arm. We never want to have the arm locked out. And that's a good rule of thumb for many exercises. You never want to lock out the arm. And the third thing we're doing is we want to make sure we don't come straight out to the side, but more closer to a 45-degree angle when we start. Why? That puts a little bit less pressure on the arm. What does this focus on primarily? Shoulders, delts, anterior, lateral. Fantastic. Now, as you both see, Danielle, Jackie can tell you, their form and their posture is very much in line with the rest of their body. They're keeping their abdominals engaged, they're keeping their shoulders back, and they're keeping their head straight. And that's a good rule of thumb to follow on any exercise, whether you're sitting, whether you're standing, whether you're kneeling, whether you're on your back. And they're going to do one more. And this is an exercise that we tend to do 12 reps on. Remember, you're going to get your 30-second rest. Pardon me. We're going to make sure that you have that downtime. Why? Because you need it. Now, this exercise is especially good for our mom demographic. Now, we work a lot with moms here in New York City and everywhere. As a lot of times you can find out with Mind Over Matter, you can connect to us through Skype and we can do a workout. A lot of times with new moms, you're carrying the baby, you're putting a lot of pressure and a lot of work on your shoulders. So what do we need to do? We need to strengthen those areas. We're going to try this one more time for our second set. Here we go, to the sides, girls, and bring it back in front. As I mentioned before, with any exercise, it's not the exercise itself, it's the way you're standing. And as we could see, both Danielle and both Jackie have fantastic posture here. They're keeping their abdominals engaged, they're keeping their shoulders square, and they're keeping their heads nice and straight. So it's all about posture first, doing the movement correctly. Don't think about how much weight you can move, think about if you can move it in the right way. And this exercise is a lot on the shoulders, but as we said, especially with our mom clientele, we tend to focus on areas of the body that are going to be used a lot, especially during the early stages after the child's here. And a lot of times you're carrying that child around, you're putting a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So we want to make sure we develop those shoulders and make sure they're nice and strong. And again, we're doing 12 reps on this. Good, fantastic guys, those look great. And remember, if you have any questions about us, and we'd always like to hear about your progress, you could always reach us at mindovermatternyc.com. And we'd be interested in hearing how your exercises are working for you. Now remember, for each person, we could always adjust it a little bit, and we're always interested in hearing your feedback. Now remember, we are based here in New York City, but that doesn't mean we can't work with you. A lot of times, many of our clients, we use Skype. Simply put, the trainer will come on, we'll show you a workout based on this, and maybe a couple new things added for you. Now we're gonna try the exercise one more time. We're gonna do the same thing, 12 repetitions. We're gonna have Danielle and Jackie start us off with the sides. Go for it, girls. Fantastic. Again, posture's fantastic. Movement is slow and deliberate, and they're focusing on the area of the body that they're working. Remember, it's not enough just to do the exercise. Here at Mind Over Matter, mind being the optimal thing, you want to make sure that you're focusing on what part of your body you're moving. It's not enough just to go through the motions. You want to make sure that that's the area of the body that you pay attention to. I'm Joshua Margolis with Mind Over Matter Health and Fitness. This has been Third Times an Arm.